It is very clear now to everybody that nutrition is the basis of health and healing.
First of all chronic disease is based on two major factors. The two factors are deficiency and toxicity. Not what you think. You might be thinking of the causes of cancer or the causes of any disease. They are underlying causes, deficiency and toxicity. So where does the deficiency come from? Essentially, from the food you're eating. The food you're eating is manufactured, is depleted, is bleached, is processed, is cooked and fried and emulsified and jarred and pickled and preserved and has all kinds of things done to it, so the live substances are gone. You're not getting enzymes. You're not really getting most of the vitamins. Let's look at meat. Everybody is turned and trained and that meat, you need meat for strength, right? You need meat for energy. You need meat to replace the protein in your body. Well, that's all wrong, because the meat doesn't do it. When you kill animals, first of all, the animals that are fattened in the feedlots have somewhere between 20 and 30% fat. The animals our ancestors ate many hundred years ago, that they would hunt and shoot and kill in the woods and in the fields. They lived out in the open and free-ranging. They had up to 3% fat. Our pigs nowadays have 40 to 60% fat. The boars in the wilderness have 3% fat. I ran across an item just the other day which says that in Europe, when pigs are carried in their railroads to market, 10% die of heart attacks before they ever get there. That's how fat they are. And that fat is supposed to nourish you. And then we cook it. And in cooking, we kill two of the essential amino acids. L-lysine, L-tryptophan are killed in cooking. All right? Then, now last April, research was just completed at the Karolinska Institute in Sweden. A PhD researcher found that when meat is heated 212 degrees or over, in other words, cooked, broiled, boiled, fried, any old way, the protein in it deteriorates and breaks down into so-called polycyclic amides, which are toxic and cause colon cancer. Now, in 1978 already, a US government study before a special panel, Senate Select Committee on Nutrition and Human Needs, they found that meat eaters in our population have 10 times the colon cancer of non-meat eaters who, for religious reason or any reason at all, Seventh-day Adventists or otherwise vegetarians, have 10% of the colon cancer of meat eaters. Okay? So don't ever believe that you need to eat meat, fish, cheese, chicken, eggs, and any of those animal substances. They are not good nutrition.
The strongest land animals, elephants, cows, bulls, they live on vegetarian food. So where do they get their protein? From vegetarian food. But that's how our bodies are built, and that's what we need to eat. And with the Gerson Therapy, the body can function.
All right, so meat is not the answer. So where's the answer? The answer is in the fresh, live, organically grown, free from poison, vegetables, nutrients. Now with the Gerson Therapy, we give the patients a fresh glass of juice made from organic fruits and vegetables, free of sprays and poisons.
We give the patients the juices to replenish and rebuild the body. 1 8-ounce glass every hour of the day, 13 glasses a day. That's a tremendous amount of fresh living food, organic, everything organic.
If you put together all the food that is made into the 13 juices, plus the 3 meals, plus the fruit plate we give each patient in their room every day, that's roughly 20 pounds of food a day. Now, no sick patient can eat that, but you can drink the juice and eat the vegetarian meals. A full vegetarian meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, with fresh salad, fresh soup, everything freshly made, free of salt, free of fat. And guess what? Usually within the first week or so, they have appetite again. Also those who couldn't eat at all, also those who were nauseated, also those who've had chemo, they can eat again. And we can get all the nutrients in the fresh live form. The fresh greens, you have the folic acid, you have the iron, you have also beta-carotene. You build up the blood, the immune system, you build up the body's defenses. And they rebuild the organs, whether it's bones, whether it's the stomach, whether it's the liver, whether it's the kidney, doesn't matter. When those nutrients go back into the organ systems, the body heals.
And then whether the question is breast cancer or lung cancer or kidney cancer or brain tumors or skin tumors or melanoma or lymphoma, it doesn't make any difference. We've had patients who had two kinds of cancer. So what? If the body heals, it heals everything. Do you know that the human body has so many defenses that when all the functions are working and are working right, including the pH is at the right level, cancer is impossible. You can't have cancer if all these defenses are working. You've got to keep them working. The immune system, the enzyme system, the hormone system, the mineral balances, the liver, the essential organs, the pancreas. So why do people have cancer? Because they eat so much animal protein, foreign protein, that the pancreas, its entire job is just to barely be able to digest all this material, get rid of it, and there's nothing left to protect you.
So why don't we just give them pills? Why don't we just give them a bunch of mineral and vitamin pills and enzyme pills? Very simple. The more damaged the body, the more toxic, the more depleted, the less it can work with pharmaceutical chemicals.
The typical American diet, it's unfortunately much too high in protein. SAD, Standard American Diet. It's sad, yeah. And then besides the excess protein comes the excess fats, or protein, a combination of fats and salt. The three things that you need also to grow cancer when your body's defenses are low. Excess fat, excess protein, excess salt. All of that is automatically eliminated with the vegetarian, organic, salt-free diet of the Gerson Therapy. So our allergies overcome because all of these foods are non-allergenic. And the body heals. My son had an interesting experience. His boss, he was overweight and only 40 years old on blood pressure medication, and then my son talked to him about, living good, healthy. And he was interested, and he started to change his diet, ate vegetarian. The wife, who was 80 pounds overweight, joined him. The wife lost 40 pounds without being hungry, just eating the right foods. The husband lost 35 pounds and in a matter of a few weeks was off his blood pressure medication, felt great. But they have a little boy, 8 years old. Kid also a little bit chubby, starting to be overweight, and has asthma. They stopped giving him milk, asthma is gone. It's that simple. It's the body can't handle certain foods. But fresh vegetarian organic foods are always right and they're always good. And if you're not ill, so much the better, so you prevent. There's now very adequate proof that plant-based food not only preserves health, but is needed to restore health.
The fresh, live, active substances in fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, fresh salads is what nourishes your body. That's the nutrients your body needs. And that's the nutrients with which we heal. Healing, getting to the underlying problem, getting rid of toxins and restoring with nutrients, live, active nutrients, no poisons.
Eat organic, eat vegetarian, eat salt-free, and you'll never have cancer, or heart disease, or multiple sclerosis, or any of the other so-called incurable chronic degenerative diseases. The basic underlying problem in all of them is the same: toxicity and deficiency. Toxic soil, toxic food, toxic air, toxic water, so they put fluoride in our water. And deficiency, because the artificial fertilizers in the soil, they put 3 things in there. Well, that's very nice: N, P, K, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Thank you, that's very good. Problem is we need something like 52 different ones. Where's the calcium and the magnesium and the manganese and the iron and the iodine and all the other things we need? Missing.
So the plants are deficient. And when plants are deficient, like any other creature in nature that's deficient, nature destroys it. It sends in the bugs, it sends in the disease to destroy this deficient creature. Now the farmers come crying to the chemical companies that sell them the fertilizer and say, hey, we are having pests and we are having insects and we are having fungus and we are having disease and we are losing our plants. What shall we do? We have something we can sell you. Now come the sprays and the pesticide and insecticide and antifungal and all of the other stuff. And it goes into the plant. It's often sprayed while the plant is still in bloom. It's often planted like potatoes are planted with a chemical right next to it. It goes into the plant. You can't wash it off. You can't peel it off. It's in the plant. Plus, these minerals are lacking. So you're getting deficient, toxic food. And you can't heal a deficient, toxic body with deficient, toxic food.
If you live on fresh, living, organic foods, and you turn down the can, the jar, the pickled and preserved, and everything that has chemicals and poisons in it, and preservatives and salt, and all this flavor enhancers and all that in it, that's what causes disease. And meat and fish and cheese and chicken and eggs. You think a good red steak is going to give you iron and strength. On the contrary, it'll block your arteries, it'll put cholesterol in your arteries. It's not healthy. Then when the body starts to deteriorate and things don't function perfectly, you don't have to start with cancer. The body has tremendous defenses against cancer. There are a lot of defenses, but slowly, slowly, slowly you whittle away at them. Your immune system, for instance, now you've got to nourish it. And nourishing is not proteins and fats and carbohydrates. Nourishment is vitamins, minerals, and enzymes in their living, active form. I have lived this way now for, I don't like to think about all the decades. I eat only organic, vegetarian, salt-free. I use no microwaves. I use no fluoridated water. I use no hormones. I use good nutrition and keep my body healthy and detoxified. That's the key. And here I am, I'm 78. I don't have glasses. I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have heart disease. I don't have osteoporosis. I take no hormones. I take no drugs. I have clean, healthy, normal skin. I'm well. I'm working. I'm active. I'm busy. That's the key to wellness, to not aging. It's the key to prevention. It's the key to getting well, and nobody needs to die of these diseases. You can be well and active and functioning to a ripe old age. And that's the message of the Gerson Therapy, healing.